Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fancy Football. And this is our European Big Five League show. With me on the show is Noso Aranzechi. So good afternoon, not evening, rather. Good afternoon, and nice to be here once more on Fancy Football. How are you?
Good afternoon to you too. I'm really happy to be part of the show as always, and I hope that this show will be exciting as always. Thank you again for having me, and good afternoon to all our listeners and viewers around the world.
Okay, then. So it's no news that Wolverhampton Wanderers submitted a proposal yesterday that they want the VAR to be scrapped. And we all know why, because they were the first team to be hit by this VAR controversy in England. Remember that at the beginning of the season, they were at Old Trafford and they were beaten 1-0. And there was an incident in that match that led to the club thinking about this whole logic of scrapping the EPL. I mean, scrapping the
VAR.
Yes. And I remember that it has to do with Onana and the challenge that happened in that match. And subsequently, some incident happened gradually. But do you think that this is the right way to go to with respect to calling for the scrapping of VAR?
Anyway, first of all, it's not the call. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
It's not the call of Wolverhampton Wanderers to decide whether the VAR will be scrapped or not. They have done the best they can to call for a resolution in which the 20 teams that would be in the Premier League. Unfortunately, we have to wait and see. That will be after the playoffs. The teams will
vote whether it's next month.
Exactly. To determine who would be, whether the VAR should stay or go. We all know from the blow of the whistle in the first game of the season, Wolverhampton Wanderers were hit hard by the video assistant referee, where there were so many cases where the referees had to apologize for either not going to check the monitor or for making a wrong call, after all the checks and balancing. So don't forget, even the game against Tottenham Hotspur, where the referee wanted to say it's a goal, now said, before he could say it's a goal, you had to say, okay, no offside. Before he could say no offside, the referee had said, oh, offside, and then before you know what's happening, miscommunication here and there. So they have to even bring a new rule where the referee has to speak twice. It's a goal, it's offside, before the referee can finally take the final decision. VAR will get better. I think the Premier League are complicating the use of VAR. We have seen VAR, we've seen VAR with so many issues in the Premier League. But you ask yourself, it's not the same video referee that has been used in Germany, in France, that's used in Italy. They seem to have made it as simple as it was. That they follow the way FIFA used it. But the Premier League, they want to be in a different level ahead of every other person, over complicating the use of the VAR, and it has hurt so many teams this season and cost so many teams points. Do I believe that VAR should be scrapped? You know my take on this already a very long time ago. I think that I don't think VAR is needed in the sport, because at the end of the day, these human errors cannot be eradicated. They can't be 100% correct, because there's still going to be an error, the human error. So why not allow the human to do? It's a game, for crying out loud. It's a game. It's a game. Mistakes will be there. These are parts of the game. The mistakes. These are what gives the controversies. What makes the game what it is. And I want to stand with Anthony Gordon with the statement on the VAR, where he said it's either the VAR gets better or it gets scrapped. And we've seen the past 2 years, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. And because they are overcomplicating the rule. Repeat me, and I'll be quoted anywhere in the world, that the VAR is always going to be prone to human error, because what you see in the monitor may not be what I see in that same monitor. We may have 3 different views from the same clip, because we are human beings. The only thing I tend to agree is the offside. It's either it's offside or not. There is no argument about that. There is no human angle to that. It's either you are offside or not. But with the VAR, it's human beings like me and you. We have 3 different points on the same thing. So to me, it's more or less, I think it should be scrapped. But like I said, Wolves do not have the sole power to do so. They have to wait and hope that majority of the teams agree for the scrapping of the VAR. But no, FIFA had told us that the VAR is yet to come. The only bad thing is that they have to get used to it in international competition. That's what it is, So, but man, come on. I think both they have the right to feel hard done by. There's been a shambolic season for the VAR. It has cost teams so many points, including Spurs. so many chances of these Spurs had got those points. Maybe they would have been in Champions League places right now. But if Wolves had got those points, maybe they would be somewhere in European places right now. So these are mistakes that will always happen. So allow the referee make the mistake and move on. Instead of giving them a machine that will help to help them make correct decisions, and they should make most of those decisions wrong. So where are we going to? The human error will be always be there.
So just a follow-up question, please. Let's move on from there.
Okay.
Do you think, for me, I think we don't see much of this controversy in other leagues, especially in the top 5, in the 4 of the top 5 leagues.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
we don't see those controversies. But where we see those controversies is in English football. The Premier League has just shown that some of the referees take sides during officiating, even the VAR officials as well. Whether they like it or not, they take sides. And the question is that should these referees, because we know that some referees are even proud to be a supporter of so club. You see them going the jersey, and you also see them. Yes, and you also see them. You also see them taking some vital actions when they are refereeing those matches that is acclaimed to be. They are acclaimed to be supporters of the team. Now, and I say this, I will say it again. These referees should be taking off games that involve the team that they support. They are human beings. They have right to support teams. They should be taking off games, or they should voluntarily say, "I don't want to officiate this game because I'm affiliated to this club by one way or the other." So there are referees in the Premier League that do it. There are referees in the Premier League that do it.
But
yes.
I think more than so, we should buttress more on integrity. That's for me. Whether I support a team like Arsenal, when I referee a game of Arsenal and I see a clear-cut decision, I am obliged by oath as a member of the referee association to get the job done. See, we've seen referees who are from Anambra State, you get, officiate the game because they are based in Lagos and then they're a member of the Lagos State FA. Let me bring it back to Nigeria and officiate the game in Anambra, and they have a great cracking game. It boils down to integrity. Let the best refs. If you're not doing well, let's see. There's no crime in saying thank you very much. We've watched you in 8-9 games. You're not good enough. Step down to Division 2 or Division 3 and promote those you want to promote to Division A and get them to blow in the Premier League. Like I said, why are they not having the same issues? We've seen teams where in Germany, where the man is a supporter of the team and he gives a great game. He has a cracking game. It boils down to integrity. And that's why a lot of people argue around the English football and the corruption around English football, because I'm not a supporter of you making a very bad decision and coming back to come and say you apologize. Do the apologies bring back 3 points? Does he get back the points? The answer is a capital no. It's a capital no. So for me, we should be hacking on integrity. Let the best referees officiate the best games, and let the worst referees officiate the worst games. It's as simple as that. You're not good enough, you drop down 2 tiers. You're good enough, you stay up. It's as simple as that. So for me, I think we should be hamping on integrity, getting the best referees to officiate the best games. And not because you are there for like 35 years. See, the best may not be the most experienced. The best is who does the job well and does it right. So, like I said, for me, as much as I want the VAR to be scrapped, I think it will be very difficult. I'm not sure how many teams will want to toe the road of Wolverhampton Wanderers. But the truth is this: if we're going to use the VAR, let us be sure that by the time you leave the pitch, be sure by the time they pitch of play, they have been shown to have done right, justice, call it as it is, and be able to defend their decisions. And if there's a wrong decision by any referee, fine, we agree there'll be mistakes, but let that referee be demoted and let him learn from his mistakes and before he's giving back. Not that you give a man a slap on the wrist, say go down to Division 2, you ref a game and then you come back up. It's sad. So for me, I don't know where this VAR is going to. I've never been a fan of the VAR. I think it kills the emotion of the games as a fan. First of all, don't talk about the wrong call. The fan, you score a goal, you wait for 3 minutes for video checks because he can celebrate a goal. Sometimes when the players celebrate goals twice. They celebrate a goal once, they don't say video checking, and sometimes it takes 4 or 5 minutes to make a decision. This doesn't help the reason why we love the game is because of the emotions, and VAR has taken much of it out of the game. Now, if VAR will help get the right decision 100%, I'll buy it every day of the week. But what we have seen in the past 2-3 years is that there are still rooms for human errors, And if there's room for human errors, again, that comes to big question: why the VAR in the first place?
Okay, why the VAR in the first place? Okay, we have some message from Chinedu Rufus. Chinedu said VAR is one of the best things that have happened to football in football history. Do you agree, also?
The captain, no. Like I said, the kids, come on, man. Let's be sincere. Go and look at me point. Both are crying blue blood because like, he hits them the most. Do you know how many points VAR has cut them? Do you know how many times that the PIGMO, that is the referee association in England, has sent apology letters to clubs? What does apology do to a team that has lost all 3 points? They lost the first 3 points at Old Trafford. That would have been a draw. That was a clear shot. You don't even need the VAR. Let's start from there first of all.
Yeah.
You don't need the VAR. That's a foul. You do not need the VAR, and then you check and you check and you check, and you don't give that. Then why checking in the first place? Why not just make your mistake and move on? And then when you do badly, you are sent down to the lower level. So I said, this will always divide opinions. It would always divide opinions. But some days it will favor you, some days it will not. But why not just have it free and fair? To me, I don't think it's one of the best that happened to our football. I think it has killed the emotion. It has dragged. Imagine you having a game and having 11 minutes of extra time because of VAR, because of the multiple VAR checks. Come on, man. Crazy stuff.
Okay, also. I know you're also pouring out your emotions on it, but that is what it is. Okay, Wolverhampton Wanderers just need 14 teams out of the 20 teams.
14.
Yes, but I don't think it will get to 14. They will get that number.
They need 13 because they already won already. They need just 13.
Yeah, 13. So, but I don't think they will get that. I don't think they will get that number. They might get 10 teams. But I don't think they will get that number because I think if the English football sees that they are the only one that has scrapped VAR, then I think it will be something of a mockery for them going forward. But let's see what will happen. It's still subject to a vote. By the time those other teams come up, the 3 teams that will be coming up will vote. Either we will vote in favor or
against
it. We'll find out. Okay, let's move on to the race for the Premier League title. We all know where we stand now, and we are in the penultimate weekend of the Premier League, the last day of the league. After 9 months of total football, from middle of August to almost middle of May, it has always been like that. So, but what we want to look at on the final day, Arsenal will be playing Everton at home.
Yeah.
On the other hand, City will be playing West Ham at home. These are winnable games for both teams.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean that something might not happen along the line, because you don't know what's going to happen in football, because we also saw the first year Man City won the league. It was a miracle for them. So many teams, I think outside Man City, United have done it late twice on the last day. Chelsea have also done it on the last day too. But outside Man City, United have done it more than twice. Blackburn did it as well on the last day when they pinned United to the league title on the last day. So, but coming into this match, whether you are playing a relegation team or whether you are playing a team in the top 6, whether you are playing a team in the middle half, there's always pressure, whether we like it or not. Yes, City will go into this final day as favorite to win the league, but also put in mind that there's always pressure and there's always complacency along the line. I know that is what Pep Guardiola would tell his men: no complacency, no pressure, no doubt going into this match. And I know on the final day, and this is what I think that will happen on that final day. City will win the league, whether we like it or not. But there's always a but. There's always a 50% hope that as an Arsenal fan, don't doubt that you guys can win or lose the league. That's what I think.
My brother, you just said it as he said it the way it is. You know, all Arsenal fans do is believe. You know, believe. All they need to is get the job done at the Emirates Stadium, beat Everton, end the season on the high. We heard they just unveil their new kit. You know, give their new kits a good start to the next season, and then wait and see what happened at the Etihad Stadium. But we know these things. I know you would argue they're playing West Ham United, but before last weekend where they scored, that game against West Ham United for last season. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic, guys. Everton have been dreadful. They've been terrible. Absolutely disastrous.
But be careful. This is not an Everton that has won almost 5 in 5. I think in their last 5 match, their last 5 match. I think they've won their last 5 match, whether we like it or not.
We're not doubting this fact. There's one thing that Arsenal has got in recent times that I think we need to talk about. We're not talking about, and that's the fact that Arsenal understood.
We've talked about it.
Yeah,
this is the same Arsenal team. This is the same Arsenal team that were beaten by Aston Villa at home. Yes, Aston Villa is a good team. They're a well coached. They're a well coached team. But
that's
like I said,
that's Unai not from match. I think they'll manage it well. See, Arsenal, we know the kind of game Arsenal will lose. I came here, I told you that for the Aston Villa game, that is a game that Arsenal looks like they're going to throw out 3 points and they will suck. I just saw it coming, but I don't think this is one of them. Everton are already safe already to start with. Yeah. They've got nothing to play for. They are going to be in the League Cup next season. Arsenal have got a lot to play for. And there's something we learned from the Man United game is that they understand what it means to win a game and win a game pretty dirty. That game is a typical example of a proper game management. Arsenal will give them 5-0, 4-0. Arsenal were not willing to score at 5 or 4 or 6. Arsenal were just willing to win the game. And they did. That's what they came to do, So for them, what they need to do is ensure again that they win Everton.
They us as a team also know that in that match, and that is why I praise Arteta. Yeah, in that match, they don't need to go toe-to-toe with United.
They do not need to win 1,001-0. Yes, no,
they don't need to go toe-to-toe because we know that the United team, and we saw them yesterday, that United team, if you go toe-to-toe with them, they will raise their game up. They know how to go toe-to-toe. Yes, they will raise their game up.
Absolutely.
You have to play your game diligently. You have to play your game in a very
effectively, a little bit of pragmatism, but just get the job. And that's what they did. So I think they will follow the same route. But even though I think they will thump Everton because it's the final game of the season, if they want to go the extra mile to give their fans something to share in case they do not win the league, they will go. But it's not in their hands, man. It's not in their hands anymore. It's in the hands of Pep Guardiola. It's in the hands of a man who has been in this position in the last season, in the last three seasons, this same position he did to the final day of the season. It's a man who is a perennial winner. A man, see, the reason why the Premier League is I told you something. It's other teams will play catch up until Pep Guardiola leaves the club. I think when Man City begin to warm is when Pep Guardiola leaves and new manager comes and tries to.
Can you hear me, Nonso? We lost Nonso. Hello, Nonso, can you hear me?
Still new style. Then other teams can then. Apologies for that. The network play team, with the quality players, and they've got a manager who is not arguably, sorry, please catch that, the best manager in the world in that team, and it's a recipe for success. So it's in Man City's hand, man.
One of the best managers in the world, not the best manager, please. One of the best managers.
At the moment, the numbers tells us to know. At
the moment, no. So let's not go through this argument. At the moment,
look at the numbers. The number is astronomical. Not even Don Carlo. Carlo is historic. We know. The fact that he's considered a very
he's a shoulder above Pep Guardiola. Anywhere, anytime, any moment. He
has been here for a longer period. When Ancelotti was coaching, Pep
as a player, he's shoulder above Pep. As a coach, also is shoulder above him. So let's not
been coaching when Pep was a footballer. What do you expect?
Let's not bring the argument here. Let's not bring the argument. Currently, the best manager in the world, whether he has been doing it for the last 50 years, I don't want to know, is Don Carlo, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely, but come on, let's give kudos to Pep and the team, man.
No, Pep, excellent job, and to be frank, excellent job from Pep. He has done really wonderfully well. But some might say yes, yeah, he had a team and to be frank, and that is why for me, I still rate him slightly lower than the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson, Don Carlo, and this is it, and this is my argument, and I take it anywhere to the bank. He has never coached a grade B team. He has never done that. Take it or leave it, and that is my argument, and that is why I rate Don Carlo above. Don Carlo, we saw what Don Carlo did with Everton. If we give him two seasons more or 3 seasons more in Everton, he will take them to the summit of the league. We've seen it. Yes, we've seen it because these are my. But Pep, I doubt if he could do it in a Grade B club. In a club in the middle half of it, I doubt.
I also doubt. See, I don't think he will even go to a Grade B club. He's that good at no Grade B club. No Grade B club be tempted to come for him. That's how good he is.
No, but he can't. He himself cannot do that. But those managers have done it. And they've seen it all in those teams. But you can only do what you can do with the money you have, and he has huge wealth of cash.
Does not buy trophy.
It does for Man City over time, and we can go on with this argument time and time again.
Where are they on the table? How much have Chelsea spent? Where are they on the table?
It doesn't matter. We all know what you know. Don't go into that argument because see, it doesn't really matter because a system was built for Pep. There was a system built for Pep.
You can say Pep built a system.
He didn't build that system. Hold on, he didn't build that system. Let's not go into this argument. He didn't build that system. They've won the league.
Everybody working the team right now were people that came along with him.
Mancini was there, but there was a system built for him before.
Yeah.
He just met Man City and won the league for them. They won the league twice before.
They won the league. Yeah.
What he did was what the current system did. They had to step up because there's this new manager that is coming in. He has won the league with the Barcelona 4 times. He has won the league with Bayern Munich 3 times. I think he has gone to the semi-finals of the Champions League. He has won the Champions League with Barcelona twice. And they need to step up, and that was the step up that they had. They step up. They won the league now 4 times in a row. He has
3 times. 3 times. Have you given them already?
3 times in a row. No, 4 times in a row. I've given them already. So, but that is that is it for Guardiola. I think he has done a wonderful job, and I think for now, outside Sir Alex Ferguson in the Premier League, he is closely not. He's not far behind Sir Alex Ferguson in the Premier League. Whether he wins 4 times, it's all about that consistency and hunger going forward. He cannot do it 13 times. Well,
he won't stay that long.
He long. He doesn't have that longevity. I think he'll be targeting the World Cup next now.
Absolutely.
That is where his focus should be.
It's too big to be doing. When you win 4 times in a row that nobody has done it becomes a child's play to you. So exactly. I think he'll be targeting something bigger. Absolutely something bigger.
Okay. Finally on the show, in just I think we just have 2 minutes to wrap up or less than that. Okay, 2023-2024 season in review. If you look at this season so far in European football, we've seen Inter Milan won the Italian Serie A, Bayern Leverkusen setting records left, right, center. They've won the German Bundesliga even before the season. Before the last 5 matches, they've won the German Bundesliga. Absolutely. Belts out for them. I think they did a fantastic job. Alonso and his boys. They call him King Alonso now. Whether that king will last, that reign will last for a long time, we don't know.
He's a king. He's a king.
And we also see Kylian Mbappe and PSG won the league. So, but in a nutshell, looking at the league, and that is why I see fault UEFA for putting England below in terms of the coefficient. But I can understand it's a point gain at the end of the day for the places in the UEFA Champions League next season. But this is it. But looking at the league so far, which league do you think currently has produced the most efficient football, the most tactical display so far so good?
It has to be the Premier League. Come on, because everything tells you that even as we speak right now, we don't even know the last team that will be going down from the league. Is it Luton Town or Nottingham Forest? So as we speak, we don't know the team that will be playing the Europa League. We just got to know the team that will play in the Champions League as at the second to last day of the season. So this tells you that the league, come on, it has to be the Premier League. This has been the most exciting, the most tactical, the most emotional. And this is why we love the league. You know, this is why we love the Premier League. It brings this feeling, the best players, the best coaches, so many upsets. Who thought Aston Villa would get one over Arsenal? I mean, Arsenal were flying high. Remember, at the Villa back, you know, Aston Villa has only lost once this season. You know, at home, that was to Manchester City. So, if you look at all the whole excitement we gathered, the whole total of this 6 months from October to now, it tells us that it was the best league, and we're really excited to be part of it. But also, kudos have to go. I must give kudos to Bayer Leverkusen for breaking the jinx. We're used to Dortmund, Bayern. Somebody came from the Blues to think that this guy picked a team that was one place below just one place above relegation zone to turn this team to champion in less than a year, and get them, you know, unbeaten to, as I speak, to the finals of every competition that they have played. Win, lose or draw in the 2 finals, this man has proven himself worthy of being called a top-class manager. Talking about Alonso and Bayer Leverkusen, they've given us a cracking season. Bayern Munich were below par, Dortmund were below par, but at least somebody was there to take advantage when those two teams didn't play up to their optimum. So I'm really happy. And of course, we saw some new stars like Guirassy of Stuttgart. We saw Victor Boniface of Leverkusen coming from St. Gilles for Belgium. So I think apart from the Premier League, which obviously will always be the cracking league, I think the German Bundesliga lived up to expectation, and I'm hoping I see something like this again next year in Germany, because everyone will be like, say, oh, it's just Bayern Munich and others. But for us, scratch that. There's a new sheriff in town, and that man is Xabi Alonso.
Okay. Finally, still on the VAR issue, I just want to take one more message from Rufus. He said, by the way, the job of the VAR is not to remove errors 100%, but because it is not 100% machine effort, the errors is as a result of the addition of human effort. Do you agree?
I agree. That is, like I said, it's the human. At the end of the day, VAR will give you the same picture it gives to me, the same picture it will give to you. It will give you the 35 angles, but when you look at that same picture, and I look at that same picture, we have different judgments. So since we cannot eradicate the human error, like I said earlier, why not eradicate the VAR totally and allow the human being to make the error and learn from it? But that's my own opinion. Many people will have a different opinion, but I don't know, there are a lot of disadvantages than the advantages. If you know the advantage, they get this all right, but at the end of the day, how many decisions does he get right? Big question. 2, it slows down the game. Stop, start. You see, more extra time played, more injuries. Like, let me give an example. When the man is offside, you say you have to wait first until the chance is gone. Let's assume the guy did not score and the guy broke his ankle in the process. The guy is out for 6 months, but the chance is gone. So why not just give the offside immediately? So a lot of disadvantages and the advantages, but at the end of the day, I still feel it can be used judiciously if and only if the Premier League do not try to specialize. They try to do things too differently. They try to, I don't know why it's the English problem, especially in football. We bring a rule now in FIFA, the English league would interpret it 15 different ways. It's just that way. I don't know. It's just the English way to over.
So we can talk on and on and
I don't know, man. I don't know. VAR, no VAR. I think it's an English problem. English will sit down with the referees and decide on what really they want to do with the video assistant referee.
Okay, guys, kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. Don't forget to hit the notification button and the like button as well. Thank you for being part of the show. Please go to our comment section and tell us if you agree with what Nonso said on the issue of VAR. Tell us also if you want the technology to be scrapped from the Premier League totally. We'll be expecting you and we'll interact with you on our social media handle. Thank you for watching Fancy Football, and we'll see you tomorrow also with a very wonderful edition of Europe Big Five.